Hey guys, it's your boy Aijalonwallace. Welcome back to the channel. I am the Nomad Recruiter. I travel around the world and make places for a living. If you guys don't know, you can subscribe to my channel to see a lot more travel videos as I'm going to be making content for you. I'm going to be talking today about why I feel more black men should move to Thailand. I'm a full-time digital nomad. I've been traveling the world for the last 3 years. I've traveled to over 100 countries. And I've been documenting and trying to blog as much as possible, but this year I'm really gonna get to it and just show you guys a lot more of Asia for the most part. So look, let's jump straight into the video why I feel that black men should move to Thailand. Listen, so I've been all over. I know a lot of people always like to talk about, South America or Manila, but I feel that, Thailand is amazing. Just the quality of life is just better. I think it just offers a lot of convenience. As an African-American man, I feel safe here. I went back home recently to Detroit, Michigan, and every time I go back home, one, I always need to carry my gun. I do have my license to carry, but I always feel like I need to carry a gun when I'm back home in Michigan. I'm from Detroit. When I go see my family for the most part, or I'm always in a situation where I have to live an hour outside the city because I don't really feel safe in the city sometimes. And I don't know, I remember when I went back to America, I haven't, prior to visiting family, I was living in Australia for 5 years. And I haven't been home I didn't go home for almost 5 years. And I got pulled over 3 times, within 1 week, just being black while driving, BMW. So I got pulled over and it was cool experiences, but for the most part, I was just like, man, the racism and the stereotypes are still so high in America. And that's something often that you don't have to deal with here in Thailand. So I did often feel like, I felt afraid in America with the police brutality. And I also just felt like, fear for my life, because there's so many mass shootings, but also just the risk of being a black man in America. I just feel like you have to protect yourself at all costs at the end of the day. Here in Thailand, you don't have to worry about that. It's extremely safe here. A lot of women, foreigner women, are usually often walking home by themselves at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people feel really safe here, so you don't have to feel like you're a threat for the most part. Living in Thailand, quality of life is just better as well. If you are, you don't even have to be a high income earner, but let's just say you're making anywhere from 50 to 75,000 a year. That can be a nice, you can have a nice lifestyle here in Bangkok, or an hour and a half away is Pattaya. So sometimes on the weekends I like to go up there, and you can get a room for as little as like 30 bucks a night, and have a good time the whole that whole weekend. That whole week is probably spent under $200-300 for the most part. So it's an amazing experience when often, because I see a lot of black men or a lot of brothers in America that don't travel, and when they do travel, usually they go to like Dominican Republic or Colombia, where it's not really as price affordable compared to places like Thailand. In Colombia, because there's so many expats traveling there now, prices have inflated. And same for the Dominican Republic. But here in Thailand, you can still take taxis and bikes for $1, $2. You can eat out at restaurants for $5 or $10 for the most part. It's just super convenient and super relaxed. And for the most part, when you do a comparison, as someone who may not be a high income earner, but you want to live like a high income earner, you can do that here in Asia. Everything is modern, everything is brand new, man. For the most part, I still need to do a tour video of my place, my apartment, just to show you one of my condos, and then I'm gonna do one for some of the condos in Pattaya and just show you how nice they are and just how convenient things are as well at the end of the day. So money as well, talking about money as a as a black man in America, it's hard. It's hard, man, because if you are someone that doesn't make over 6 figures, and I say this to say because I know the average black male in America makes about, I think it's like 44,000 a year, so it's not much money at the end of the day. And so when it comes to traveling in America, it's not the most feasible and most affordable. And I think that's the only expensive thing, about coming to Thailand. If you guys are thinking about coming to Thailand, it's just a plane ticket. But after that, everything is super affordable. Everything is super cheap for the most part as well. But your money just stretches here. And, often in America, I was just telling someone recently, a couple weeks ago, I was in Detroit and I was back home, and my aunt, she decided to hook me up with one of her friends' nieces that we were around the same age, and so we went on a date, and it was like a $400 date for the most part, and pretty much I had to take a hour drive. I drove from like Ann Arbor, Michigan to Detroit. Ann Arbor is like University of Michigan area. It was like an hour drive down to Detroit, and then we went to this fancy, oh my god, chandelier like restaurant, and I had to buy flowers, I had to buy chocolates, I had to pay for valet, I had to pay for a haircut. Haircuts, by the way, are like $60 in America now, sometimes 100 at the end of the day. Last time I was in the States, man, they were 10 or 20 back in the day, and now they're like $60, and it's crazy. So I'm like, man, that was like a $400 date, and still had to drive an hour back home. And and it was a simple thank you, and and then let's do it again for the most part. And it's just crazy that dates are that expensive nowadays. When most people, if you guys know, in America, you can't really take no one out to a coffee shop. People want dinners, people want vacations at the end of the day. Fast forward to me coming to Bangkok. I went on a date here in Bangkok, Terminal 21. I think I checked out a really fancy restaurant, like a buffet style called Momo Paradise. All you can eat, beef, lamb, whatever you want, unlimited everything. And it was about $10-15. And I went on a date with a nice, beautiful young woman, and it was like a $15 date. And we had an amazing time, unlimited food, unlimited drinks. And it was just like, damn, all right, I got, imagine if I had $400 in my pocket, what else could you do? And the thing about Thailand is that it's so cheap, you're able to have multiple dates. So usually I have, when I go on a date with a woman here, it's usually like 2 or 3 locations. I usually may start off with bowling, then we may do a little dinner, then we may go to a rooftop bar, or I may start off with a little pool, or we may do like a little jazz club, and may go get a massage or something as well. And I'm still under $100. I'm still under. I'm not at 100 US or nothing like that as well. So you can have like really lavish and amazing experience. Or if you really want to be on some like, fancy boss stuff, like you want to stunt a little bit, or you want to, flex. I'm trying to keep up with all these new words. But if you want to flex out here, you can like, I've done situations where, I woke up with someone and I was like, yo, let's take a trip today. And we just grabbed the passports, and we just grabbed our bags and just left out the door. I'm like, I remember one time I was here on one woman, she was like, I wanted to go to the beach, and I took her up to Pattaya, and I was like, we'll just buy it when we get there. She didn't have no clothes, she didn't have no socks, no underwear, no for the next day. And I pretty much bought her outfit. I brought her like, socks, underwear, and it was like under $40, $30. And it was just like convenience. And I think I talked to you guys about this in my previous videos when I lived in Brazil, because the last woman I was dating in Brazil, she lived 2 hours away from the city. And it's very similar here in Bangkok. Often, like if you live in the downtown area, a lot of people who are on minimum wage, they usually live like an hour, 2 hours away. A lot of people in my building live like 2 hours, 3 hours away. They have to wake up at like 4 a.m. to get to work by 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning for the most part as well. So sometimes like I like the luxury of like financially, you're able to just pay for convenience at the end of the day. You can be in some situations where if you're trying to make plans with someone, they got to take a 2-hour drive home and a 2-hour drive back, especially with Bangkok traffic. If someone stays 2 hours away, that could be a 4-hour trip, just getting back there, especially if it rains. Traffic is the worst. It's like the worst situation here in Thailand. So the traffic is not that good at the end of the day as well. Another great thing about, for a lot of my, black men out there, brothers out there, you can live in some really nice places. And also, it's a lot of budget friendly places here. You can get rooms here in Thailand and Bangkok for as little as $200 to $300 a month, a month. Okay. And you can get some nice penthouses here for anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 as well. So you can live really nice. And so when I say penthouse, I'm talking like, downtown city views, all windows. You're right next to malls. You got cafes. Everything is just at your footsteps. And what I love about Bangkok is like, it's like an Asian version of, of New York for the most part. So I love that. I love that the vibe that the city brings and the energy at the end of the day. So that's what I love about it so much. I wrote some things down as well. Dating, of course, dating here. I mean, dating is just amazing for black men here. You are automatically, you are put into, the top 1% when you come over, potentially as high income earners, but as foreigners as well. There's a lot of fast food restaurants, opening up here in Thailand. So a lot of Asian women are starting to, gain a lot of weight. And, to them, what gaining weight is it's not like it to us, So imagine like a Cardi B or, a J-Lo or Alicia Keys. The women are, they have these, or Jessica Alba, they have these body sizes where they have flat stomachs and big asses. And, Asian guys don't like it. And so a lot of like Thai women and Asian women in general are like, well, I'm gonna date who likes me at the end of the day. I'm gonna put my energy into who wants to go out with me. So a lot of Asian women are liking foreigner men at the end of the day as well, man. One thing I will say is that Thai women do like them. They like people who are clean and groomed, So I usually sometimes, man, I get a haircut every week. I do get my nails done. I get manicures and pedicures bi-weekly, guys, and I get frequent massages as well. You got to take care of your body. I know a lot of brothers, sometimes don't work out or they don't stretch, and and I'm horrible at stretching. So I get about 3 Thai massages a week, which is roughly about, so my Thai massage is about 300 baht roughly, which is like $9 or $8, and it's right outside my house. So everyone at the massage shop know who I am. I get frequent massages. It's just a great way to start your day off, especially on a Saturday morning. I like to wake up, have my coffee and my breakfast, and then I'm gonna go get a massage to start my day off. Get the house clean and go out and, just enjoy the city and have a good time for the most part. So that's, I love the sense of convenience. Another great thing is like, if you guys are trying to meal prep or eat healthy, a lot of food in Thailand is super organic for the most part as well. You don't have to worry about all that process, all that sugar, and it also, what I love about Asia is that it stops a lot of bad habits. Somebody has to like address the elephant in the room in the black community. Like, we cannot keep eating collard greens and macaroni and cheese and fried chicken, man, and seeing so many of our brothers, die at 50, become diabetics, or they're just dropping dead, at 50 years old, 60 years old. You don't have to live like that anymore. So here in Thailand on a weekly basis, I think I've, hopefully I'll have the video uploaded, but I made a video about how I meal prep throughout the week. I pretty much go shopping at a grocery store here, and I got this private chef. He cooks all my food for the most part. And food costs me about $40 a week, and to cook the food is $15. It takes him 30 minutes. All my food is cooked, meal prep for the whole entire week, every week. So I have fresh food, my chicken, my vegetables, my salmon, my vegetables, and then I make my, overnight oats and stuff like that. And, and I'm able to go to the gym on a weekly basis as well. You can find affordable trainers here, and they also have the Muay Thai classes as well, and that's a great visa option as well if somebody's looking for like long-term options to stay here. One thing I want to say about Thailand as well is they have a lot of visa opportunities here, which is very different from like South America. They don't have as many options as Asia does for the most part, so there are a lot of options in that sense. What I like about the people are very friendly, and they're very nice, and they're very just curious at the end of the day. You do get some ignorant people sometimes, but for the most part, Thai people are very nice. They're very curious, for the most part. And, sometimes you just have to understand that some people in Thailand still have never seen black people who have live in other cities for the most part. They never really seen black people at the end of the day. I know these topics are all over the place, but I think these conversations, it's just the way I'm talking, it just feels like I'm just talking to you, whoever's watching this video, and we just kicking in. I'm just giving you my perspective on all at the end of the day as well. For a lot of people who are thinking about making a move out here, a lot of people always ask me questions like, how much do I need to save, or how much should I bring out with me? I mean, it just depends on how long you're coming. I mean, if you're coming for like a week or 2 weeks, I mean, anywhere from $1,000 is a lot of money in 2 weeks. You can do a lot with it. You don't need 5 or 10,000. I mean, that's gonna be too much unless you're trying to do some crazy or lavish stuff and like get a mansion or a villa or something like that. But for the most part, you don't need that much money at the end of the day. It's very relaxed. It's very chill. One thing I will say is often I see a lot of black men or a lot of brothers come over here, and often like the first person or the first woman they meet, they just stay attached to that person. You understand that you are desired. You are pretty high up in the food chain, so you will have a lot of options at the end of the day. But just make sure you keep yourself clean at the end of the day, man. Make sure you clean cut. If you got to do any dental work, it's best to do it over here because it's extremely cheap. Even doing like the hair transplant, a lot of people don't think about Thailand as an option for a lot of brothers who hairlines are receding. You can do hair transplants here. I think it costs roughly about $2,500 to $3,000, which isn't that bad. So I may go do a consultation with a company so you guys can check it out, because I'm thinking about doing it. I'm going a little bald in the back, so I'm thinking about getting a hair transplant at the end of the day. But you guys can do a lot of cheap surgery, cheap just stuff over here, just to make sure you're looking clean as well. What I like to do as well, man, I get a lot of suits made. So if you guys are working in the corporate America back home, I think I've got like maybe 10 suits made since I've been here. But I also get a lot of custom clothes made. I like a lot of silk and satin. So sometimes I get like custom silk shirts made and satin shirts made at the end of the day, just to fit my body tone, because I am a big guy. Another thing as well, it's going to be hard. Like, I'm a size 47. The average shoe size that they do sell in Thailand is like 45. So if you are a big guy, it's best to bring your own clothes. It's best to bring your own shoes at the end of the day as well. If you are someone that wear big sizes at the end of the day. Packing and coming to Thailand, you don't need much. All right, guys. If you're coming on vacation, just bring your electronics. I tell this all the time. Everyone that watch my videos, when they're moving to Thailand or if they're coming to Thailand, even my own friends, I always tell them, just pack your toothbrush, socks and underwear and electronics. You're going to buy a lot of clothes. Clothes are extremely cheap here and affordable. And, Bangkok is a city where you come and you shop, you eat, you party for the most part as well. So you're going to be buying a lot of clothes, and it's hot as hell. It's hot as hell. Do not come here trying to look cute wearing a winter jacket or a coat. This ain't the place to do it. You will die. You will have a heat stroke at the end of the day as well. What I love about Thailand as well is the brother community is so strong here. Like, it's like, man, and I think I told you guys once before, like one day I was with one of my friends, he's like a white Canadian guy, and he was just like, and we were walking around the city, and he saw me like nodding my head at every black guy, and like the universal head nods. I'm like, what up, bro? What's up? You ain't even gotta say nothing. It's just the what's up. And so I was just, what's up, man? What's up, man? And my friend was like, oh man, that's so cool. I wish I could do that. And I was like, man, did you ever do that? Did you ever do that to a black man? He gonna think you're gonna think something wrong with you. don't ever do that. But I love how strong the community is here, man. Like, I saw a brother a couple weeks ago in the grocery store, and I just went up to him. I'm like, yo, bro, what's good, man? Where you from? And he was like, he's from California. We just exchanged numbers just off the rip. I was like, bro, let's hang out. Let's connect. You know what I'm saying? And he was just, putting me up on game and giving me strategies on visa options and just looking out for me, And I love that about the brother community here. Like, it's so strong. I went to Pattaya a couple days ago, and I saw, old school brother, and I was just like, hey man, he was just sitting by himself. I'm like, bro, you waiting on somebody? He's like, no. I'm like, bro, let me sit down. And we just started talking for like a whole 2 hours. And like all the older brothers were just super chilled. It's just super relaxed. Like people really treat you like family, man. And I feel like I don't know why. Man. We need to have a conversation, but I don't know why there's so much hate that we have for each other back home in the States, back home in America or in the UK. You guys know my story. I studied in Oxford, lived in England, I was raised in America, and I studied in Australia as well, but I've been all over, but I don't know, but here it's just nothing but love. We really look out for each other. We really try to help each other as well. And a lot of brothers show they show mad love, man. Like, they'll pay, sometimes I pay for brothers' meals or they'll give you discounts on a lot of things, but a lot of brothers and sisters do tend to look out for each other as well, for the most part as well. As a black man here, I will say you are in high demand with a lot of women. So you will get a lot of matches online with a lot of Thai women, a lot of Asian women, but you're also going to be in high demand for the foreigner women as well. There are a lot of American, British, Canadian, Australian, women here who teach English, and they've been here for like the last 2 to 4 years. And a lot of Asian men do not like the foreigner women here as well. So, if you are someone that's well groomed and just, clean, you got a nice little appearance on you, your profile's good, for the most part, you will see a lot of action on the Asian side and the foreign women's side as well. Often a lot of brothers don't really date foreign women that much, but you have the option there at the end of the day, for the most part. So I'm just trying to see what I talked about. I talked about housing, I talked about money, I talked about food, like freedom, freedom, man. It's like so important. Like, with my business as a digital nomad, I like to work 1 month on, 1 month off. But, if you guys read the book, The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss, he talks about how, he lived in Thailand as well. And he was only working 2 to 4 hours a day. But for the most part, you don't have to like work that much sometimes, at the end of the day. It's a lot of, and even if you got freedom or time off, but if you find a way to make residual income, every day doesn't have to be a 10-hour or 8-hour day. You don't need that much money at the end of the day, especially if you don't have too many, high demands, or if you're a pretty chill person for the most part. For a lot of people coming over, sometimes you're not even in the house. So if you're coming over for a few weeks, you don't really need a fancy place. You can get a cheap $300, $200 a month place for the most part, because you're going to be outside every day and you're going to be exploring the city and traveling around for the most part as well. But I lived in South America. I lived in Eastern Europe. I lived in, all over. And I always ended up coming back to Asia. And now I live here on a 1-year visa, and I'll talk more about the visa options over the next couple days, and and make more YouTube videos around this content for the most part as well. But I just love it here, man. I love Bangkok. A lot of people always ask me like Bangkok, Chiang Mai, or Phuket. I'm a city boy. I like the city life. I like being in the money. I like seeing the money. I like seeing people. I like how it's fast. I like how it's an Asian version of New York. And I also like that it's the hub that you can fly directly from anywhere in Bangkok around Asia or around to Europe or America. So you can fly directly to Vietnam from Bangkok, to Singapore, to Manila, to Bali, to Cambodia, to Laos. It's direct flights. And I'm someone that does not like flying, by the way, as well. So, that's something that's really important to me. Bangkok is a place where you do need to take vacations. You do need to take breaks. But my vacations, I'm going on vacation to Vietnam in a couple weeks, and my ticket was about $50. My room was about $200 for the most part. Super cheap, super affordable, and I already got a lot of free places to stay because I'm pretty popular, overseas for the most part. But it's just an amazing experience that I could take a quick, $500 vacation. Now, anybody watching my channel, especially if you're from the States or even if you're from like the UK or Australia, just me flying from Detroit to New York is cost $500. And I'm telling you, I could have a $500 everything, all exclusive in that $500 paid for, when I'm traveling to a place like Bali, Vietnam, or Malaysia as well. I guess the great thing about being a black man in Thailand, you will find yourself in situations where you may be in some long distance relationships. And not long distance, but short distance. You may match with a lot of people from Manila, Singapore, Malaysia. So it gives you the freedom as well. If you want to, I call it convenience, not flexing. But sometimes some people that I met overseas in Malaysia, Bali, Vietnam, I just fly them over. And it's just like, it's a $50, $100 flight, at the end of the day, just come stay with me for a week or a weekend, let's have a good time, at the end of the day. Being a black man here in Thailand and, and dating as well is no arguing, man. It's super convenient. A lot of women that I met in Thai, I don't know, but they're very traditional. They are kind of raised to be, submissive and just be a partner, be a team player at the end of the day. It's no headaches at the end of the day. Some of the Thai women I've dated in the past, I ask them, what do you want to do today? They'll just say, whatever you want to do. So it's no pressure to, eat steak or lobster at the end of the day, at the end of the day. So, a lot of times they just like, I'll do whatever you want to do at the end of the day, and I'll go wherever you want to go. And, so you can go out and spend $5 or $10, and that person's going to be extremely happy. You can go buy them, you can go get their nails done for $10 as well. And that's another thing as well, man. A lot of guys here, man, if you got a main girl, man, you got a main girl, like I said, a lot of people only makes about anywhere from 7 to 12,000 a month. So if you got a main girl, man, keep your girl looking decent, man. At the end of the day, a lot of these brothers be on dates with these girls that they've been dating, and they be out here with their nails not done, hair not done. I'm like, dude, it costs $10 to go get a manicure. You can go to Terminal 21 on the 3rd or 2nd floor, and you could get manicure, nails, and paint done, your girl, for little as 300, 400 baht. So easily $10, $15. That comes with the color in jail as well. Like, dude, and it gives you major brownie points as well. A lot of Asian guys are not chivalrous, they're not romantic as well. And I will probably make a few more dating videos to kind of educate you guys on, how to have more successful dates at the end of the day, and, just how I get ready and stuff like that. But, man, you got to understand, a lot of people here don't really, sometimes they don't get their nails done because they don't have money to waste. They don't get massages. They work like 15 hours a day. And, so you will, some of the struggles of me dating in Thailand is that I come across some amazing people, some beautiful people, but I hardly see them, and it's just like, man, and if you were in a situation where you're serious, sometimes, man, you got to ask yourself, well, how much does it cost to have a Thai girlfriend? Especially if you want to spend time with them and you want them more around you more often or traveling with you at the end of the day as well. And and sometimes when your girlfriend tells you she's only making $200-300 a month and you're spending that on food, it may be more convenient for your girlfriend to not work and help you around the house or help you with your business or become a partner with you at the end of the day with your channel and with so many other things or whatever you're trying to do. If you guys come here, it's going to be hard to leave. There are more brothers in Pattaya than in Bangkok. So when I go up to Pattaya, it's like a million man march up there. It just seems like Atlanta right now. And so it's a strong black community here in Asia. There are like a lot of black Facebook groups and black line groups and WhatsApp groups as well for the most part. But I think a lot of brothers, when you come here, you feel safe. You don't really need to worry about police harassing you. You don't need a gun, at the end of the day. You don't have to deal with racism at the end of the day. People are very friendly. People are very happy. And most importantly, man, however much you make is double or triple. Even if you're a low income earner, like I said, even if you're making $40,000, $60,000 a year, that's almost equivalent to 6 figures here. And that's a lot of money. You can do a lot, and you can do everything that, a rooftop bar in Miami is going to easily cost you, $300 to $500 or $1,000 per night. But you can do a rooftop bar here for $10, $20, and you can have the experience, the vibes, the chandeliers. And that's what I love about Asia. We're all on an equal playing field, when it comes to lifestyle. And that's just a beautiful thing, man, at the end of the day. Listen, my name is Aijalon Wallace. If you like this video, I need you to hit that like button. I need you to subscribe to the channel. Support your boy. I got 10 kids to feed out here. I don't have no children. I hope not. But listen, if you want to see more content like this, I'm going to keep making videos. Like I said, I'm going to be traveling around Asia, and I want to keep, help. I want to get this channel off the ground, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon. All right. Thanks again.